What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another vlog. We got the Osmo Pocket 3, and I wanted to talk to y'all ironically about being confident in front of the camera. This week and then last week, a lot of friends and family members have asked me questions about how I'm able to confidently talk to the camera, how am I able to get rid of that stage fright, and how am I able to give that direct eye contact when doing videos. I'm gonna make it real simple. I've talked about this before on my channel, but you know what? It's something that I'm continuously actively working on. So I want to keep doing it so I get better at it. And hopefully I can help somebody out there who has the same issue, because this is something I've struggled for a long time. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's jump right in. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is being comfortable on camera. Now, that could be many things. That could mean, you know, listening to a song that you really vibe with before you jump on camera, or it could be something like talking to a friend that you know y'all have this rapport with, and it helps you get comfortable and feel confident, or even practicing and doing a couple of takes. Like, to be honest, this video, I had 3 or 4 situations where I wanted to film outside, I wanted to film standing up, I wanted to film in the car, but I decided to sit down and just press record this way. If you prioritize being comfortable on camera, it eventually allows you to kind of have that comfort kind of show through the camera. People can feel the vibe that you're experiencing. Energy is very transferable. So like, if you focus on comfort over confidence, they'll see on camera that you're your natural self. And if you prepare yourself mentally and physically, like maybe working out. I just got through a workout, so I was like, yo, I want to make a video. I want to talk about being comfortable, because I was sitting here, like, I would say a couple of hours trying to figure out how I was going to do a video and what I was going to create. But then it dawned on me, like, there's some moments where I want to make content, but then it's like, I think about me talking to the camera. I think about how, you know, my story would be perceived through the camera. So if you kind of psych yourself up with, whether it be talking to friends, whether it be working out, whether it be listening to a playlist, whether it's any of those things, or even just like stretching and getting comfortable before you talk to the camera, this will allow you to just jump in. Like, you'll just be in a comfort zone. You can lean back, you can kind of get a pose, but you know, sometimes those simple things can help you get ready and make a video with ease. All right, so let's talk about number 2. Now, this is the tough part. I think this is one of my hardest things, and it's eye contact. I know you know, I'm sitting here and there's no one in the actual room, but in this situation, if you look directly at the lens, it kind of gives off this feeling like you're talking to everyone in the world. And I know that can be scary, but think about it like this. You're in an interview, right? And you're sitting there, and I know this can be nervous. I know this makes people nervous, and it can be cringe, but you should try to focus on looking directly at the lens, and in some situations, maybe turning your head left to right, so that way it kind of looks like you're looking at the person directly. And a lot of times, you know, it gives this natural dialogue. I know you're worried about yourself being in frame, but if you have like a viewfinder, like on the Osmo Pocket 3, and you can see yourself, you already got yourself positioned in the frame. You don't have to worry about if you're in the right spot. Use those grid lines that you have on your camera to get yourself in the right spot. And I know that's tough too, but once you're there, forget about the screen. And in some cameras, they do offer the option to turn off the screen, so that way you don't have to keep looking at it. And I know you want to make sure you look really, really good and perfect. You want to make sure you look clean and stuff like that. But once you got that set up, forget about the screen. Focus on the lens, so that way it looks like you're talking to someone, and it just comes off natural. You know, you don't want to look at it too long. So I would kind of split it between, I would say 50% looking at the lens, or maybe 60% looking at the lens, and another 40% looking away. I like to talk with my hands, so you can use your hands to kind of portray your thought and kind of just look away. It doesn't have to be this like you're just staring at it. That's really uncomfortable. Try those things and try to maintain this rhythm where you're like looking at the camera, but then you're also kind of moving away from it, and you'll be fine. I know it's hard, but if you practice that skill enough, it'll come so natural that you'll want to record more often than not. And don't worry, a lot of times when I want to make a video, I kind of have to psych myself out. We all have these moments. Like, you think Casey Neistat, MKBHD, though, all those big YouTubers didn't have those moments. If you look back at my first video, and trust me, if you look at my first video, I was so uncomfortable. Before you go look at that video, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't. We're closely approaching 600 subscribers, but after you watch that video, after you watch this one, practice this eye contact routine. If you're afraid to record and upload a video, why not just record yourself using your front-facing camera in a vertical format? Look at the lens. If you look at the lens, and you'll notice, play back those recordings, you'll notice that it looks more natural. It looks like you're talking to a friend. It looks like you're rehearsing for an actual video. And then when you are ready, it comes off like a regular conversation, long story short. All right, let's talk about the third tip, and that's enthusiasm. When you first sign on this camera, to be honest, you gotta bring it. You gotta come with authority. You gotta talk about how you feel, and you have to let the audience feel that enthusiasm. They have to know that, you know what, I'm here to talk about camera confidence, and I'm gonna give you some tips that'll break it down and make you feel comfortable. And then all throughout the video, try to add different levels of enthusiasm to keep the audience engaged. People want to speak to someone who is happy to be here. Act like you're happy. Don't talk in this monotone voice like it's no, you have to talk like you're confident, talk about your point, get in and get out, but be positive. Embrace this whole idea of talking to the camera. I know it's hard, I know it can be scary, but it's you, the camera, and your subscribers. They want to hear your opinion, and they want you to bring that power and that authority when you're talking. You could speed up, you could slow down, but just be confident and just even if you gotta talk to the camera smiling, sometimes if you start talking to someone and you're smiling, that energy is transferable. Listen, if you practice eye contact, if you practice getting comfortable, if you practice different levels of enthusiasm, eventually you're gonna get better at it, and you're gonna wanna do it more often than not. I know this whole camera conversation and talking to it is the hardest thing. Public speaking is so difficult, but if you practice these steps, you'll get better at it, and you'll wanna do it more often than not. Listen, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Drop a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Peace.